Good day everyone. So in this video I'm going to be showing you how to add our driver's information on the platform, and also how to set up our terminal locations according to their zones and routes. Then also I'm going to be showing you how to add delivery charges according to the standard price and the kg that we charge our customers. Then I'm going to be showing you how to add vehicle categories, and also how to register these vehicles that we currently have available in our transit business. And also how customers can make reservations, and also how we can register and collect parcels for delivery. So I'll go over to the transportation module now. So the first thing we want to do is to create zones according to how we operate: north, east, west, south. So we have to create these zones. Once those zones are created, we can now move over to creating terminals, that is our locations, our physical location and at every state, and of course the physical address that those terminals are located. If we have more than one in a state, or Lagos for example, we would have to register them and link them to a particular zone. So as you can see, once I click on add location, I would have to fill in the address and of course the location of that particular terminal. I'll select the state and of course the zone here according to the ones that we have created, like I mentioned earlier. Then this phone number, we can just input the contact person or the manager of that terminal location. Then we submit. Once we submit, all the locations that we've added successfully would be displayed there. The ones in Lagos, Kano, Abuja, all over the country basically. So they will be displayed in terminal address, state, zone, the email address, and phone numbers, and of course the date that it was created. Then aside from that, we'll now have to set up our routes. Now, because we understand that sometimes trip from Lagos to Abuja might be a particular price, but from the same Abuja back to Lagos, the price might be different. So we always want to set this route in two ways. That is, any location that the back and forth, the to and fro price is different, we would have to set that route prices in two ways. So once I click add route, that is add new one, it would display, it will ask me to choose where, that is the location of the terminal and the destination. So there will be a standard amount that we charge. So just like I mentioned, if the to and fro price is different, we would have to create this route in two separate ways. So once that is set, this would allow us to be able to charge once reservations are being made. Then moving to the delivery charge. Now the delivery charge interface here is, let's say a customer walks in and wants an item to be delivered to Kano, but the receiver at Kano wants the item to be delivered to them. They don't want to do a pickup. We understand that you operate on a standard delivery fee, so that way you'll be able to add all these standard fees for each and every location. So once I click on add new charge, we can select the state and of course the zone according to how we have created them, then the location, and of course the amount, and submit. We can create as many as possible according to the numbers of locations that we currently operate from. So moving on, we'll talk about vehicle categories here. Now under vehicle category, we want to categorize the numbers of vehicle that we currently use to operate. Right, it might be bus, it might be long bus, depending on how you categorize your vehicles. So after doing that, we move over to vehicles. Now under vehicles, this is where we register the numbers of vehicles that we currently have in our business, right? Even those ones that are unavailable, maybe due to mechanical faults also, we will still have to register them, because once they are made available, we will have to change their status to available. But if I click on add new vehicle here, I will be asked to select a category according to how I've created one in the vehicle category. Then I can now input the vehicle name, maybe a Mazda, Longboard, anyhow you want to input that information. Then the registration number will be inputted here. Then the status, whether it is available, that is, it is fit for to travel, or it has a mechanical fault, which will be used as set as unavailable if that is the case. So the sales account here now is what we are referring to is all the sales that is generated from this particular vehicle that we are registering. Where do we want to see those revenues in our profit and loss? So we can create several of these sales accounts if it's something that we want. Under account here, once we go to account, we go to setup, we would see items account, right? So once I click on items account, for example, we can now be able to create as much as possible. All right, so moving on, once this vehicle has been created, we click on submit, and that information has been registered. So we can create as much as possible, as many numbers of vehicle that we currently have in operation. And then we move over to vehicle schedule. Now under vehicle schedule, now this is where we now want to register the information of let's say a vehicle that we want to have on the road, or moving from Lagos to Abuja, for example. Now we created this schedule because we understand that your customers might be making bookings online, right? So they might make a booking for a vehicle 3 days ahead, and of course, once a booking has been made, we'll attach them to a particular schedule. Now this is how we create a vehicle schedule. I click on add new. We'll click on the vehicle, we select the vehicle type, right, according to the ones that we have created. Then the amount for that particular trip, the agreed amount, and this is the starting point, location, and of course the destination of this particular schedule. Now we have the departure time and the estimated arrival time. Then the vehicle that is supposed to make that trip. Now the thing about this part is it's not compulsory that it is filled out while making a vehicle schedule. Why? Because we might make a schedule a week ahead, and we might not necessarily know the vehicle that will be available for that particular trip yet. So we can always leave this empty, but the important thing is that once the day on the day of the trip, once we have confirmed that which vehicle is available, we can now come back to edit this particular vehicle schedule and attach the vehicle that is going for that trip. Same thing as the driver, we can always come back and edit the driver that is available to make that trip on that set date. then the number of seats that is on the bus vehicle, and of course the numbers of seats used for parcel here is that because we understand that sometimes you don't make full bookings, you don't have full bookings, and you have some empty seats left, and you use this empty seat for to load parcels, to load items to be for delivery. So we always want to indicate the empty seats here that is used for parcels. Now the income report here, just like I said the other time, is this particular trip, that is this vehicle schedule, where is the revenue going into. So we select the ones that we want according to which ones that we have created under, remember, item accounts and set up items account here. This is where we create where our income is going to, then whether the trip or vehicle schedule is available, then we click on save. So once we save that information, it will automatically appear here. Now the action button to your right hand side here has a lot of functions, like we can use the same function to edit this schedule and add a driver or a vehicle, just like I mentioned. Then aside that, we can use it for to book passengers. That is, every time we have a passenger that has made a reservation for a seat, we can come here and book that passenger for that seat. Now if you notice, automatically once I click that, it's not it's linked me back to the vehicle booking, where I can now click on booking, and I would select or attach a seat for that customer, input the customer name, address, phone number, sex, birthday date, next of kin phone number, and of course the price. Now the reason why we have another price column here is if maybe a discount was given for whatever reason. And let me now go back to the vehicle schedule, because it's just like I said, it has a lot of functions that we want to use for that particular trip, such as we can add expenses to this particular trip, like the expenses that this vehicle generated or incurred rather on that particular trip, like fuel, maybe changings of tires or engine oil. We can always come to this action button and add those expenses to this particular trip. So all these, as you notice, the reference there's the vehicle information, that is that particular trip information in the reference button here. So every expenses that we are attaching to this particular trip means that it will be on that trip once we are generating our profit and loss. Then the same way, when I come back to the vehicle schedule and click on that action button, I would see assign parcels. Just like I mentioned, it is possible that we have empty seats left that we want to load items that we've collected for delivery. So we can always assign parcel to a particular vehicle that is on the move at a particular day. Now how this works is that, remember that we can collect numbers of items for delivery from our customers, and we can just let tell them that we will let them know once they are being shipped out. Now when we now want to assign a parcel to a particular vehicle, we would have all the listed numbers of parcels that we have collected from from customers, right? That is going to the within the zone that this particular vehicle schedule is assigned to. So they will all be listed here, and then we can now begin to select which ones that we know that the seat left on the bus can accommodate or that can take that space. So once we submit or assign this parcel to this vehicle schedule, so automatically we can now inform our customer that their delivery item is on the their parcel is on the move. All right, and these ones would indicate in the parcel that they have been assigned to a vehicle. So also, if I go back to the vehicle schedule here, this is where we can now print the passengers manifest and of course the parcels manifest as well. So having said that, I would love to go over to the parcel itself. So this is the parcel management. This is where we record new parcels that our customer brings over to us that they want us to deliver to a location for them. So remember that we have created zones. We have linked every location that is terminal to a particular zone, and in a zone we have attached a fee to every zone. So which is why when I select this, for example, and another location as the receiving location, for example, and I select this PIC, which represents our driver, then the customer name, we can quickly add a new one here. All right, and impute the item that is being shipped out, then the weight in terms of kg. So if you notice, a price automatically pops up, that being because we have registered a fee in terms of delivery within in terms of standard price for items to be shipped to a particular location, and per kg, if I click on view now, according to the ones I've created here, right, as extra kg is 500 and below extra kg is 100. So when I go over to the parcel, you would notice that once I click select 2.5 kg, once I select 2.5 kg, it will automatically pop up a price. It will automatically pop up a price. That is because according to how I've set those delivery within locations. And remember that we've attached these terminals, both the sender's terminal location and the receiver's terminal location. We have attached them to a particular zone, which is why we were able to come up with all these pricings. So it is very important that while setting up a location, we should attach them to a zone. So once that is done, the receipt can be created for it. Now the last part, the next part is the haulage services. Now using the haulage services, we want to collect all this information, all right, and be able to create a receipt for our business partner, so to say, that rent or lease our trucks or buses for hire. So we can select we can fill in all this information and of course put a price, and if there's a discount on it, then we'll create an invoice for that. And then the next one is the transport services. Now the way this works is we want to be able to fill in the customer name, the destination, the vehicle number that is being used for that transport service for that particular company, and the sales order that was given. and the ton and the amount, just so we can keep records of all these informations and be able to transparently record or revert back to the company that we have made those deliveries. So we can create invoice for this, and of course we would have this information on the system and we can always call back to it anytime. Now this is where we the clients that we are serving, that we are running this transport service for, we can always add a new one quickly using this button. The address, the phone number, branch, PIC, and fill all this information just like I said, then the sales order of what we are delivering, and that is done. So I want to say thank you very much.